I'm going to do some jiggery pokery with time here. And I hope you guys well remember what happened last time. Because since Doug is playing this campaign but in a different universe, we're going to twist things around a little bit. So I'm going to assume you had the conversation with Valis, which, oh, sorry, we're going to pick that up, the conversation we left off last time talking to Valis. So let's say that's already happened. We'll come back to it in a little bit. And as you wander the streets of Mitros, in fact, we'll drag you over to Mitros. Where are you, Mitros? Can't see Mitros for looking. There we go. Okay, so you will say just you've left the palace and you're wandering around to your next destination, wherever that may happen to be. And you stumble, the group of you, across a melancholy scene. Dozens of figures dressed in black robes march somberly down the street in an orderly procession. Mourners line the street, wailing spouses, dumbstruck children, and resigned elders look on. A large bronze cage is held aloft in front of the procession, and inside the cage is a very large shackled minotaur. Now, I'll say Zagnus, being a minotaur, this whole scene is slightly uncomfortable for you because the slave markets in and around Metros actually regularly sell minotaurs as slaves. And this is, just another example of that. And well, this is what happens next. The funeral procession, there was... Well, what do you guys do? You see the funeral procession go past with a minotaur shackled in the cage. What do you guys do?
Does it look like just any old minotaur? Anything unique?
Well, it's typical minotaur. It's large. It's bulky. It's nothing stands out about it. Like not dissimilar to Zagnus.
So did it look like it's like guards or officers of the law are taking this guy, or
Yes. There's about 15 or so centurions. It looks like they're almost doing a guard of honor for the person in the coffin at the head of the procession. So plenty of soldiers around.
so I guess we can surmise from the scene that this minotaur was likely the culprit of the dead person's death.
I will say that... Sorry, yep. Magdalena?
Is there someone like standing around who knows like they would look like what's going on, or looks like they would know what's going on?
Yeah, there's elders, children, everybody in the procession. They're not saying much. They obviously knew whoever it was that fell.
I would ask someone, what has this minotaur done?
Oh, the Minotaurs done nothing wrong. I feel slightly uncomfortable talking to you about this, as you're a freed slave yourself, I assume.
No, I'm far out in the wilderness. I was a slave.
Once again, slightly uncomfortable saying this, but this Minotaur is just a slave. It didn't do anything wrong per se. This particular centurion fell with the combat, along with dozens of his fellow soldiers in fights against the centaurs. And tradition has it that during the funeral proceedings, there's a fight between some of his fallen friends and something else. And the something else is this animal. Oh, sorry, I said animal again. This minotaur in this cage.
We are all animals, brother.
Yeah. He says, trying to get some type of solidarity with this slightly awkward situation. And you see that the funeral has rested around this temple in the center of town. And they're setting up like a fighting, like a ring almost in the center, and the funeral procession goes around it. And the person you were talking to, Zagnus, he said, this is a tradition. The soldiers will fight the Minotaur. They will slay the Minotaur, and the soldier that will kind of help him in the next life to see a combat. So the combat will be for the glory of him in the afterlife, as these soldiers no doubt will defeat this Minotaur.
Why do you say no doubt? Really a foe.
Well, it's 2-on-1.
That should be nothing.
Well, you would you like to place a little wager on it, friend?
No. This if the Minotaur is strong, he's got nothing to worry about.
Well, if he's
And
got
if he's
nothing
not,
to,
well, he'll.
there's nothing to worry about, then this is easy money for you.
I'm just not really interested in gambling. It's not my cup of tea. Thank you for the offer.
Not into the blood sports then?
I'm into blood, but not for sport.
He's into blood sport.
But not this particular time. All right, I can respect that. Magdalena. Oh, Xander, you're with us. Hey, Xander.
Hello.
So we're doing a little bit of time twisty stuff. We're fast forwarding to the scene on the street, and then we'll come back to the conversation you're having with Velas once we've concluded this little thing, for reasons that I hope will become obvious in a second. Okay, does anybody else doing anything? Taryn, Xander, Mags?
I mean, I guess I would kind of follow them to see what's going on. Find out who it is, like who the funeral's for.
What is for a soldier? His name, the fallen soldier who fought was named Apostolos. There we go. I can get it out of my mouth. Apostolos. Apostolios. The name that is pronounced by that spelling there. Apostolos? I think that's right. Apostolos. Yep, that sounds good. That's what it is. I defined it. So it's for Apostolos, as I said, is a soldier that fought the Centaur tribes, and it didn't go well. Okay, so this ring is set up. The Minotaur is uncaged, unshackled, and it kind of, get some life back into its hands. And you think maybe the Minotaur might just make a run for it, but it doesn't. And it steps into the ring and starts stretching its massive back. You see the muscles ripple out up down its shoulders, and massive arms, massive legs, shakes it off. And two soldiers enter the ring. If you're doing anything other than watch, let me know.
How far away is the Minotaur within 30 feet of me?
Yeah, there's a crowd gathering around, not just the funeral procession, but yeah, well within 30 feet.
I don't like how he's outnumbered. I'm going to give him bless.
Are you going to do it subtly, trying to avoid prying eyes?
Yeah.
Can make me a sleight of hand check then.
Okay. Can I, knowing I'm trying to do this, can I give myself guidance?
I think so, because there's a concentration finishes for guidance. At that moment you cast Bless.
Yeah, because it's used up when you make the... Okay, cool. So let's do that.
So sleight of hand.
Okay.
And a d4.
And then...
3, 18, nice. Yeah. So no one notices. I mean, they'd effectively need a passive perception of 19 or better. Um, and yeah, you cast Bless. No one seems to notice.
If I see Taryn sneaking up, I'd give it to her as well.
Okay, Taryn considers yourself blessed, as is the Minotaur. She's not stand for sub. Did you stand by
Is the Minotaur armed?
Nope,
Sorry.
nope, not armed at all.
Are they gonna give him something? Is somebody coming to give him a weapon, or is it just bare hands versus fully equipped soldiers?
Bare hands versus fully equipped soldiers.
I'm gonna call out brother and toss him my great axe.
Okay. So you throw him your great axe. It's impossible to do that subtly. And,
No, I don't want to be subtle.
Okay, well, it's not subtle. And 5 or so soldiers, obviously friends of the fallen comrade, saying, no, I'm sorry, we cannot issue the Minotaur with a great axe. That defeats the whole point of it.
And what is the point of it?
The point is it for a ritualistic combat and a sacrifice of sorts.
Okay. And why do the soldiers have weapons if the artist?
Do you see the size of that Minotaur?
I do.
This makes it a more evenly matched contest.
Well, if you're that worried about it, it makes it sound like maybe that should indicate that this is a fight you should be picking.
Sorry, say that again. I didn't hear the last bit. Says Malcolm.
Basically, if you're so worried about the size of the Minotaur, maybe you should be doing ritual combat against somebody your own size.
Look, we feel it's an evenly matched contest. I mean, that Minotaur's bulk alone is more than the 2 soldiers.
Well, if one of the soldiers dies, your sacrifice is made, so win-win.
Well, we'll just say it's considered bad luck in the afterlife if the Minotaur wins. So we really
It's
must...
considered bad luck in the afterlife if you set up an unfair fight. There's no honor in that.
It's tradition. It's a complicated thing.
It's not that complicated.
Bullbug, he says, gesturing to the Minotaur in the ring. The great axe, please. This massive creature shrugs its shoulders and hands you back your great axe. At least this Minotaur knows its place.
I'll tell the Minotaur if that is your wish.
The Minotaur nods.
Okay, if that's his wish, I'm not going to question him.
All right.
Well, I mean, Aaron is stepped up alongside him. Like, I'm fighting.
Are you in the ring?
Yes.
Ma'am, no. I'm sorry. You guys clearly have no respect for tradition. Please step outside of the ring.
And you clearly have no respect for minotaurs or all forms of life in general.
I have a lot of respect for tradition. I just don't have a lot of respect for you guys. This is the kind of spectacle you're putting on.
It's 2-on-1. Why not make it 2-on-2? I'm small.
Look, this is highly irregular. I really must insist you leave. And the Minotaur places a massive hand on your shoulder, Taryn, and says, Bullbug says it's okay. Bullbug will fight this. Bullbug got this, okay?
Is that what we sound like?
That's what Bullbug
That's
sounds
what
like.
Bulldog sounds like.
Not all Minotaurs are the same. That's very racist of you. There's a lot of variation. That's what Bullbug sounds like.
Yeah, I'll warily step back.
Okay, just as about to step out the ring, Bullbug extends a massive arm to shake your hand. You know, the thing where you clasp each other's forearms as a way of saying thank you.
I'll do that.
Okay, and step out of the ring, I assume?
Yep.
Alright. Magdalena, you're happy just watching? Anything else? Oh, you cast Blessed. That's good.
Yeah, I blessed him. He seems content with wanting to fight by himself. So, did what I
Xander?
could.
I did miss beginning, so I assume this Minotaur killed that somebody?
Nope. Purely a sacrifice. The Minotaur had nothing to do with this soldier's death.
Oh, okay. Can I try suddenly cast... And it has no armor, no weapons from what
Nope.
I gathered. Can I suddenly try to cast mage armor on it?
Sure. You're spending some... How are you subtly casting it?
Well, I'm not Sork, so try to quietly, I don't know, hide behind my compatriots maybe, so people don't see me while I'm casting it.
So I'll tell you what. Since Zagnus and Terran are causing quite a scene and everybody's talking about them, I'm going to let you make me a sleight of hand check at advantage.
All right, sleight of hand. And one more time, sleight of hand.
17. 17 is plenty, and you cast it, and for just a brief moment you see a shimmer of almost translucent light shimmer around Bullabug. Yeah,
Okay.
that makes sense.
I can. Yep, that's it. I feel like I was able to help at least a little bit.
Cool. And yes, you can cast guidance. Cat guidance might be a plus d20, but cast guidance will be the normal d4. Okay. So in the center of the ring, with all these spells going off to help Bulbog the Centaur, him with spears, with shields, with breastplates, like looking like a typical hoplite type of soldier. And let's just say it's a mismatch. Bulbog just completely and utterly destroys these things. He's throwing them up on their horns, breaking down. Some of them try to stab him right in the guts to gut him, but that mage armor gets up. And some of them looks as if he's casting some type of spell, which is number one, highly irregular. He shouldn't be doing that. And the spell, almost like a firebolt, shoots at him and looks as if it's about to hit him. But just at the right moment, he twists slightly with the guidance, helping him make a acrobatics check to avoid it. And after that, it's just a massacre. And the two soldiers are bloodied and beaten. And then he gores them a little bit, and they're both gasping for air, and they put their hands up and they say, "Mercy! Mercy! Mercy!" And the crowd, not so much the funeral procession, but more the crowd that's going, is going, "Kill! Kill! 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 Kill!" And everybody's looking shocked. The funeral procession doesn't know what to do because this has never really happened before. It's like a slave beating up its masters. And you see the fury in Bulbug's eyes as he gets ready to stomp on these prone, beaten up soldiers' heads. But just as he's about to crush it, he puts his feet just slightly to the side. And he says, "No! Bulbug, no, kill!" And the soldiers scramble up and they say, "Oh, what type of animal are you? Oh, tradition is tradition. You have earned your freedom." And Bulbug, still covered in gore and blood, nods and then steps out of the ring. He's taken a few blows, quite a few blows, but in the end it was a massacre. And he steps out of the ring, looking really beat up, but the obvious victor. What do you guys do?
Slap him on the arm and tell him good job.
What does Bullbug say?
Oh, Bullbug win! Bullbug! Bullbug! Bullbug!
Hell yeah!
That was impressive.
Very good.
Bullbug impressive, yes.
Something like that.
Maybe one day.
Oh, Bullbug hear of you. Bullbug give challenge. You defeat Bullbug one-on-one. Bullbug oath of service and protection for heroes.
Do you get a weapon this time?
Do you give Bullbug weapon like before?
Let's look to Zagnus.
Sure. If you'll take it.
Oh, against the heroes of legend, Bullbug, yes. But
Okay.
1v1 is rules. Bullbug versus one of you. Don't worry. You see, Bullbug does not kill. You will not die.
Is he injured at all?
Yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah.
I'll heal him up. Make sure it's an even fight for whoever wants to fight him.
Okay.
Can't be Zagnus, so. Oh.
Okay, so he's quite a big boy.
Without Estrella here, and Zagnus is not allowed. I'll do it.
I'll contribute 20 points of lay on hands to Bulldog.
Okay.
I'll tell him, sorry, brother, but I do not fight for sport. I fight to kill, and I have no wish to kill you. It won't be me, but I'll hand him the axe.
Okay.
Bullbug, accept your axe. We'll fight with great honor with your axe.
Okay.
Similarly, a crowd is gathering as they're getting ready to have another fight.
So,
Cool.
who's gonna fight him?
I'll do it. I think I'm really the. Can
Yeah, take him on.
It is settled then? You with the wings shall fight Bullbug?
Yep.
Rules are simple. 1v1, you beat Bullbug. Oath of service and protection Bullbug give to all you.
Okay. I'm gonna post this because it doesn't actually have a button because it's from this game.
Sure.
So I custom did it myself.
Okay, so it's a +1 weapon now, and you add your charisma modifier to attack rolls. Okay, nice.
Actually, is that
And
right? Hold on. No, that's not the right one. That's the actual D&D Beyond one. I'm gonna have to do it this way. That's what I can actually do with the Oath of Dragon.
roll. Ah.
Yeah, so that was my bad. But yeah, I'm gonna do that anyway.
Okay. Well, why don't you roll for initiative, Taryn? And the crowds are gathering around, and you see there's lots of bets flying around. Most of them on Bulbug. They've seen what he did to the soldiers. You did heal him up a bunch, but he's still quite damaged himself. So we'll say just before the combat ensues, you let out a loud roar. And Bulbug, make me a wisdom saving throw, please. 14, so meets it, beats it. And I'll just make your rolls public so everybody can see what you're rolling. Just 1 second. so we should see the roll. So that was a 14. Meets it, beats it. So you let others roar. A lot of people, the crowd gathering, they stop for a second and there's silence. And then they come back to life cheering, obviously wanting some type of awesome combat here. But Taryn, you're first up. What do you do?
Okay. I'll do Thunderous Smite.
It's your bonus action, I believe.
Yep. And try to hit this massive Minotaur, which we'll see how that goes.
Which you do. You hack into him with your longsword. That 5 or 12?
5. I have a shield.
5, okay. And your thunderous smite goes off. And a strength save, Bilbog. So what does that look like as Bilbog resists the thunderous smite?
He just stands there and that tickles Bullbug.
Great.
Hey, Bilbog, your turn. And one.
Bullbug's turn? Let me show you what the Bullbug can do. Reckless?
Yep. I just got to whisper something
Swing
to you,
with the-
Mr. Damon. Just one subtle thing I want to mention.
Okay.
Okay. So, I got I'm enjoying my new rage button. So here's Bilbug's rage. Okay.
I didn't hear anything.
Ah. Maybe my sound.
Same.
You guys been hearing nothing this whole time? There we go. Let's
Yep.
try the rage again.
Oh no, yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay. So, Bulbug, it's the same as Barbarian, so you get advantage, but then Taryn will get advantage. Okay, so you roar, rage up, take a swing at advantage.
And then swing with the Great Axe.
Uh-huh.
So, that's a terrible roll, Bulbug, so just swings over the top of Taryn and you dodge it quite easily. Is that your turn, Bulbug?
Yes.
Okay, Taryn.
Okay.
At advantage.
Okay. Yep, I'm gonna swing at him again.
Oh, that'll hit.
And then I'll expend this spell slot to do Divine Smite.
Wow, this is turning a bit one-sided. That's right. And I'm taking it as written that all these blows will be non-lethal when the time comes.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Bulbug.
Bullbug's turn again.
Uh-huh. Reckless again. Cool.
Shoot.
Wow.
Okay.
18 slashing.
Yep.
See? Bullbag strong.
Ball back.
Bulbug.
Yeah, I was going to whisper to Zag. I was like, you got his own name wrong.
Bulbug.
I mean, he can fight, but
Then you see he says that he starts kind of punching himself in the head. Oh, stupid cow brain. Bullbug.
oh, there we go. He got it. Okay.
That's the one. Good
You
job,
know,
bud.
Bulbug's
turn.
going to be if ever be Bulbag
Gotta
now
rock
from
before
now
you
on.
run.
You can't take that back.
Zagnus just frowns and says to Mags, yes, the stupid cow brains can be a problem.
You have ways to mitigate it. It's fine.
Aaron? I think that will hit you again.
Bulldog's down.
Bulbug falls with an almighty crash and is quietly snoring in his unconscious state.
I will bend down and I'll spend 5 of my lay on hands to get. Hey, buddy.
Oh. Hello. That was fun. Bullbag had fun. Bulbug. Cowbrain.
Yeah, you did great. So now you can be our friend, right?
Yes. Bulbug honor his word. Oath of service and protection to you and your friends.
Amazing.
Do you
think
have
you-
food for Bulbug?
We can get food. I think all of us would like some food and maybe a little bit of a rest.
As long as there's food.
Yeah, you had a long day. Let's get some grub in you.
You offer to buy Bulbug ale?
Sure thing.
Yay, ale for Bulbug.
Okay.
So he offers to have us buy him the ale.
What
Yes.
a guy.
But yes, we will. I mean, yeah.
I accept his offer.
Yeah. Sold.
He doesn't realize he's manipulated at all. He has 6 intelligence. He has no clue.
Just for comparison, what's Zagnus's intelligence?
10.
10, so very,
Yeah.
right in the
Darren's
middle
is-
there.
Darren's is 9.
So, we're going to switch time again here. I just wanted to get Mr. Doug, who's kindly agreed to step in as we are 2 players down today. Just wanted to get him involved straight away. But now we're going to do some, imagine the screen goes all wavy at this point, and we return back to the palace, where Valis said she wanted to talk to you guys. So we'll head back into the palace, and I'll just... So remember, once again, I don't want to go into too much detail, but you remember what Valis did, and you remember why Valis is not looking her best. We'll just leave it at that. And where we left it off last session, she sat down, and she wants to speak to all of you. And she says, and Rainey is paying extra close attention to the words of Valis, because she claims she's related to Valis. And Valis says, taking a deep breath as if she's trying to catch her breath for, which is odd to see. This remarkably beautiful woman, looking a bit haggard, a bit tired. And she says, to all of you, thank you so much for everything you've done from this point on. You've accomplished remarkable things already. And the more fame you acquire, the more remarkable things that you do. People are going to stand up and get in your way. Tell me, friends, what did you think of my husband?
He's arrogant. I mean, yeah.
Any other impressions? Arrogant, no doubt he is.
I find myself doubting if he can back up his grandeur with strength.
Disrespectful to his wife, if I may add.
Well, yes to all of that. I mean, he wanted to marry a goddess, and marry a goddess he did. I don't think there was any ever love for me. It was more the status of being married to a goddess. And looking back in hindsight, I can't even remember why I agreed to such a proposition. He is an arrogant man, for sure. Any other thoughts on
But
my
he-
husband?
It feels like he doesn't care about the city. All he cares about his status. That's at least the impression I got.
He seemed more annoyed with us than anything.
Oh, yes, to both points. Well, the city kind of being the ruler of the greatest city on Thylea brings its own status. So he loves the city because it brings him status. Um, status is what he wants. The second biggest thing he wants, above all else. Now, I believed you were summoned here by dragons. Were you not?
We were.
You see, my husband, Acastus, he sees himself as the future leader of the Dragonlords. He's already acquired himself dragons. I'm not entirely sure how he got the dragons, and he won't tell me. But just a few years ago, yes, help yourself to fruit, Bullbug. That is yours. Help yourself.
Oh, Bulbug.
They were just dragon eggs just a few years ago. Now they're almost fully adult-sized dragons. Something is unusual with that. He sees himself as the leader, as a future leader of the Order of the Dragonlords. I mean, he is a descendant of Estor Archelander himself, the most vicious of all Dragonlords. And quite frankly, he sees each and every one of you as a threat. A threat to him directly. He wants to be the head of the Order of the Dragonlords. And a lot of prophecies, a lot of whispers around your guys and your increasing power and your increasing reputation. He wants nothing more in the world than to see each one of you fail.
I don't not believe you, you know. Yeah. Yeah, like Xander was saying, he just really cares about his own reputation. Why wouldn't he want to see us fail?
You are the biggest threat to his reputation. You are his biggest threat to re-establishing the Order of the Dragonlords under his command.
What would you have us do, my lady?
Well, number one, don't trust him. First and foremost.
Check.
Yeah, that was... yeah.
I mean, I should hope this goes without saying, but outright attacking him would be suicide, and I wouldn't think you would do that anyway. I will say...
I have no plans to be hostile towards him, you know. He might be an asshole, but he's not, you know, out there murdering people, I guess. That we know of, and maybe he is.
Well, this brings me to my second point. That's quite an astute observation. The map he gave you to the ship that Estor Archelander sailed himself is in fact true. The map will take you there. And when you get there, you will meet Estor Archelander. Now, if you know anything about Estor, he is incredibly powerful. He's literally impossible to kill. And I believe that the king gave you that map with the express purpose of you going there and being slaughtered by Estor Archelander.
Rude.
Rude, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not surprised.
But we do need a ship.
And if you do need the ship, then you're going to have to face Estor. And if you do take the ship, maybe it's best if if you choose to return to Mitros, not mention this to the king, Acastus. The least you can
You
tell
know,
him, the better.
conveniently, we found our own little bat cave. Well, not bat cave, but I think we have a.
We found a nice
Well,
secret.
back in.
So, yeah.
Somewhere to stow away the ship, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is good. The least he knows, he's better. I mean, at some point, probably after the Great Games, I'm imagining you're going to find the ship.
I believe that's the plan.
Yes. So, do not trust him. He wants nothing more than to see you fail, because you're getting in his way of, re-establishing the order of the Dragonlords under his rule. Now, the second thing I wish to talk to you about is the Great Games are coming up tomorrow. In fact, it will come down very much to a battle of honor. It will come down as who receives the most glory. There'll be people battling for the five gods. There'll be people battling for the titans. So I would strongly suggest that you compete in the games tomorrow.
Well, I will play any game, all the games that you ask me to play. So.
Or choose the ones that you think you can compete in. It's not just a. Sorry, I've just got to text my wife something quickly.
I'll allow it.
You'll allow
Bring
it,
ice
thank you.
cream. Stat.
You can certainly try.
Charisma check, please.
Okay. All right. Yes. So please compete in the games. If nothing else, because there'll be people representing the Titans as well. Any glory we can take away from them and re-establish the faith in the five gods would be great. Because at the moment, Mitros itself is on a bit of a knife edge. Half the city is siding with the Titans and half the city is siding with the five gods. So any way we can take away glory from the Titans would be very much appreciated.
Yeah,
Take
I
all
mean,
the honor.
it could definitely, tip the scales a little bit.
That would be fantastic. Now, I'm assuming you would have agreed to this, so I've made arrangements tomorrow to kick off the Great Game celebration. There is a torch run through the city. I've arranged for you to run the last leg and bring the torch into the Colosseum itself and light the pyre. I assume you'll have no problem with that.
Who?
Who did you say? We missed that.
Yeah, you didn't point to anyone in particular.
Well, feel free for any one of you to carry the torch itself, but all five of you will be running the last leg together.
I vote for Ballbag.
Oh, but
Bulldog?
Bulldog run too?
Well, you're part of the gang now.
Oh, food in games?
Yeah.
I'll
Oh,
fight
yeah.
that.
If you win,
Bulldog agrees.
I'm sure there'll be food there. There's probably like a churro stand or something.
yeah, if you win, you get so much food.
Oh, Bulldog in. Let's go games.
I'm sure there'll be a large feast thrown in our honor if we win.
Well, there will be
Yeah.
a grand champion crowned. there'll be gold, bronze, and silver medals handed out. And a very simple point system: 3 points for a gold, 2 for a silver, 1 for a bronze. An overall winner will be decided as the grand champion of the games. I really hope it's one of you 6, but it could go either way.
Champion, like when Bullbug was gladiator?
Yes, bigger.
Bigger, yep. Gladiator games, javelin, all sorts of things. I think you'd be well suited to Bullbug.
I feel like we should probably rest up before the games, considering we had a nice little fight earlier.
Yeah, you guys both look kind of rough.
Now, one final thing. This is more of a personal favor more than anything. The cult of Lotheria, the cult of the Mistress of Dreams, is Sidon may have been pacified a little bit from this time, given that his storm attack didn't really work on the city of Mitros. Attacking the Temple of Sidon, for example, would be far too much of a provocation. It's just just a little bit too much. But I feel the cult of Lotheria is gaining a little bit too much influence in the city. So I suggest if you go and investigate the Temple of Lotheria in the city, find out if there's anything untoward's happening there, and you discover something, do your best to subtly remove that from the powers of the cult of Lotheria. Like a direct attack is strongly dissuaded, but I feel the Temple of Lotheria and her cultist, shall we say, is gaining too much power. So I'd really appreciate it if you could do me this favor and go check out the cult of Lotheria, the temple in particular. Approach carefully, collect evidence against them as possible, but keep in mind the cult does have its followers, it does have its devout followers, and it's almost very popular in the city because it's been supplying the city with wine. This is why it's such a complicated situation. So tread carefully. So could you please do me this favor?
Absolutely.
I mean, subtlety hasn't exactly been our thing, but I guess we can see what we can do.
I'll be so subtle.
All right.
Bullbug don't know what subtle means.
You don't need to, it's fine.
Okay.
Just follow the lead.
We have a lead?
Valis says, Rainy, can I have a word with you in private for a second? And she does that, and she's come back, and I've sent a private message to Rainy about exactly what their conversation was. She can relay that to you next session if she wants. All right. Well, I shan't delay you any further. Feel free to rest up. It's sort of we'll say this happens early the next morning. So assume, number one, that you're long rested. You can be long rested too if you like Bullbug. So get all those hit points and spell slots back. And we'll say this conversation happens in the morning. And you have the day to do whatever you like as the games start first thing the next day.
Quick question, Malk. Does Bullbug have 2 now and not the one that you messaged me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Are the other gods around here recovering and resting too, or did they go back to their respective homes?
No, they're recovering and resting as well. So Vulcan, Pythor, all the rest of them are around the palace somewhere.
Could I drop in and check on Pythor?
Okay, sure. So Pythor, he's in a fairly luxurious palace of the wing, that befitting of a god. He doesn't look quite as bad as you saw him yesterday, Zagnus, but he's still looking very beat up. He seems to have his appetite back because he's munching down on a boar leg in his bed with a pitcher of ale in the other one.
He says, Zagnus, good to see you, friend.
Tell him you as well. And ask him how he's feeling.
Well, I used to wrestle dragons. I used to go toe to toe with the titans. I was known for my strength. I was known for my prowess in combat. While I could no doubt wrestle a dragon now, it wouldn't be as one-sided as it used to be. So feeling better, but not, shall we say, back to my old self.
Good. And I'm gonna share with him that the tribe I grew up in was almost a cult of sorts to his worship, and that I heard many stories from my father of the strength and deeds of Pythor, but was always told that he looked like us. And when I first beheld Pythor in person, I had my doubts that it was really him, and that this was some, oath claiming to be the mighty Minotaur god. But want to let him know that after the sacrifice and the nobility and strength of will that was displayed a few nights ago, however long it's been now, that all doubt has been washed from my mind that he is indeed the focus of my faith. And I was just wrong about his appearance.
Oh, Zagnus, I don't appreciate you saying that. That is quite the compliment. I have a favor to ask you, Zagnus, and I feel this is the right time to ask you.
Absolutely.
I was destined to achieve many great things. I was charged with fully defeating the Titans, bringing them to their knees. And in a very real sense, I failed. In the end, it came to a compromise of sorts, which is this oath of peace. We don't attack them, they don't attack us. Now, while that oath of peace is about to expire, I feel I have failed in so many ways, Agnes. And the favor I ask you is where I have failed in defeating these Dragonlords. I feel it's your responsibility, your duty now to do what I cannot, to do what I failed in doing. Do you think you're up for such a task, Agnes?
I do, my king. I took no such oath of peace. In fact, I took an oath of conquest. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, well, okay, don't.
I'll go with my blessing, as Agnes, and accomplish the things that I could not.
They will be on their knees, sir. I promise you that.
Well, when they're on their knees, feel free to chop their head off.
Ooh, that just put a fire in his chest. He's ready.
Okay. He brings you in for a classic man hug, kind of the hand wrestling pose. Bring you in, bumps chest, and he gives you a nod.
Rest well, my king.
I'll be back on my feet in no time, don't you worry, son.
I'll leave him to his turkey leg.
Okay, yep. Perfect breakfast meal, turkey leg and ale. Okay. So what do you guys do?
Yeah, I guess we just rest up for the games. I didn't have anything unless anybody else had anything to do.
cast.
Before resting, Xander will just write in his notes what's happened during the day, as he promised to Kira, just to keep the log and to relay later to her.
Is there a tasty scent in the air that Bullbug would gravitate to?
There is. I'll just point out a couple of things on this map. Number 1, the Temple of Sidon. Number 2 is the Temple of the Five, which is in a fair state of disrepair. Number 4 is the Great Palace, which is where you are. Number 3 might look like a Colosseum, but it's a theatre of the gods. And I'll just point out the Temple of Lutheria as well. I've lost the Temple of Lutheria. This is boding well for... there we go. Number 20.
A very big city.
It's a very big city.
Huge, yeah.
There we go. So there's a Temple of Lutheria right there.
Are the palace that we're in, is it up on kind of an acropolis? Kind of looks like it would be.
Yeah, this is the Great Palace here. This is where you are at the moment. So
I guess after that, Max would probably go to the Temple of the Five and start to help like rebuild or whatever.
Sure. Okay. So
Put a couple hours in.
Sure. Anybody joining Magdalena?
Yeah, I'll go with Max.
Whoops. Not Rainy. Taryn?
If we have more time, then Xander will kind of go around looking for a magic shop, maybe something.
Sure.
Trying to increase my number of spells, basically looking for something where I can acquire anything, if they sell those type of things.
Well, the place to go for all those type of things is a Grand Agora, which is over here, number 7. This is the market. That's the place to go for that type of stuff. So we're going to have Xander head over there. Okay, who's Billabug going with?
Whichever direction he smells food.
Well, that would be the market, so you can go with Xander. Whoops, not Kyra, she's resting, but Billabug can. Okay.
I'll go with Bullbug.
Okay.
Make sure he doesn't get any trouble.
Okay, Minotaur Solidarity, I like it. And is that everybody? I think that's everybody because it's just Rainy, right? Oh no, who did we miss?
Shreya's not here as well.
Okay, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. Rainy probably would be wanting to make like some sort of potions,
probably, yeah,
or something.
Okay,
like,
so she should go over to the market. Okay. All right, so you all get together and talk about the various things that you're going to do, and we'll say you leave the palace together because that's just a sensible thing to do. And just as you leave the palace, you hear a deep, a very deep voice kind of chuckling under his breath. And it's coming from above you.
Can we see where?
With the 21 passive perception, can I see what's up there?
Yep. This
is as soon as we're leaving Valis's place, right?
As soon as you're leaving the palace, yes. It's on the roof of the palace.
Oh, just that. Oh, just the dragon.
Yes, and this dragon, it looks massive, adult size. It's not a small dragon by any stretch of the imagination. It's sitting on a huge pile of silver coins, not so much gold or bronze, but just purely silver. And you notice there's 7 or so servants, I guess you'd call them, attending to the dragon. Some of them are kind of polishing his scales, and some of them are just like tossing him whole goats, and just and he just gobbling them down. And this long serpentine neck kind of lazily points over top of the lip of the palace, and looks down at you and says, "Here, so you're the heroes of the prophecy, are you? Don't look like much to me."
Keep it subtle, you know. We're not as flashy as that guy in there.
Not as flashy. You look like a bunch of weaklings, if you ask me.
Well, compared to one so mighty as you, sure.
Yeah, I mean, to a dragon, you know, it's a pretty natural reaction, I guess.
We're
Well,
gonna have
Bulbug not weak. Bulbug strong.
you've bought me an offering to eat? Thank you, I appreciate it. Throw 'em up.
No.
No.
And what's your name? Who are we talking to? I mean, it seems like you know us.
Everybody's heard of you around here. My name's Icarus.
Icarus, does that name ring a bell or anything? Do we know anything?
You would have heard that, Icarus is King Achatus's mount.
So how did you meet with the king? I heard that just a year ago there was he didn't have any acquaintances with dragons.
Oh, I've been around for centuries. Centuries and centuries.
Oh, I'm sure, no doubt in that, but you were not here for centuries.
Can I insight check to see if he actually believes that?
Sure, absolutely. No.
Yeah.
No. He hasn't been around for centuries, and I think Queen Valis hinted at this.
I'm not going to convince him otherwise.
He's been unnaturally aged, and it kind of comes
Right.
across in the way I'm trying to roleplay him anyway. He's acting like a bit of a child, like he's got the mind of a child in the body of an adult. You know, dragons are wise,
Gotcha.
they say profound things. He's not being profound in any way, shape, or form.
You know that my king is going to be the rulers of the Dragonlords, right? You guys will be crushed under his might. These puny humans and slaves got nothing on the king.
Well, I'm sure a mighty dragon just like you shouldn't really have any ruler. I mean, why would you literally belong to the king? Don't you have your own pride?
Let's just say it's a mutual benefit to him and a benefit to me. Are you questioning my loyalty to the king?
Oh no, I'm not questioning loyalty to the king. Usually dragons, free creatures, they value the freedom. And they
I
don't...
think he values what he's sitting on. Which
I
I
was
don't
trying-
blame you for, by the way. Just saying.
The dragon slides down from his pile to gold. Several hundred silver pieces clatter down as he does it. And he stands over Xander and he says, "Do we have a problem, friend?"
No problem.
You don't threaten Bulbug's friends. Bulbug will stand in between them.
I threaten anybody I damn well want.
Bulbug think you're sure a dick.
You know, usually they say if you're mighty, you don't need to scare anybody because everybody respects you. And I kind of like lift my chin looking at him, showing that I am not scared of him.
Well, let's see if you can back that up. Everybody make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. Sorry.
Bullbug, you have to puff your
Oh,
chest
no.
out.
Oh, no.
Oh, is this
Bullbug.
charmed?
Nope. Nothing to do with charmed. Ooh,
I know you just run away. I run away screaming.
So this is what happens. Magdalena, you are terrified. You are now officially frightened of this creature, as is
I
Zagnus,
slip and fall.
Yeah, I already was. I almost didn't want to roll.
as is
Full
Taryn,
stop, I'm afraid of the dragon.
Xander, and Bilbug, though, rather strangely stand your ground.
You do not mess with Icarus the dragon. I am more powerful. I could squash you like bugs.
Magdalena, you're running away?
I'm already gone.
Zagnus?
I'm watching. I'm feeling the fear, but I'm just watching.
Okay. And Taryn?
I got an natural one, so I figured I should probably just get the hell out of there.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna go into the Temple of the Five and cower in fear.
Okay. So
No,
that's back,
friends, puff your chest out like Bullbug. Stand tall and strong.
There you go. Good job, Boba.
I'm gonna tell Bulbog that part of strength is knowing which battles to pick.
This is a battle you cannot win, friend. Try me one more time.
Bullbug never got to pick his battles. Battles were thrown to Bullbug.
You're free now. It's not the case anymore.
Be threatened, friend.
I'm sure King will not be happy if we start fighting here. We could probably settle score over the games. If you want.
Last tax Minotaur, leave.
Bullbug, go find food.
I suggest you tally on two, wizard.
We'll meet again. I turn around slowly, walking away with my head up high.
Okay. You did maintain your dignity. That kind of worked out well because you two were the ones standing up to him, and you did stand up to him. And Icarus slowly climbs back onto his mound of treasure on top of this, on top of the palace. And some of his servants come down and they start collecting up the silver pieces that have fallen and put them back up. Okay. So, this was more or less on the palace grounds. And as you're leaving, either running like Magdalena or making a hasty, wise retreat, as you leave the palace, you realize that people everywhere are watching you with great interest. You hear excited chatter amongst the crowd. It's the Oracle's chosen ones, the heroes of the Heartlands. They've come to Mitros to save us from the Titans. And several merchants approach you expressing gratitude for the work you've done to make the roads safer to travel. Detachments of Soterians salute you to travel. As the news of your presence spreads, more and more admirers crowd around you, vying for attention. Before long, your progress through the city streets slow to the core as you're literally being mobbed by people now. Words got out, people salute you. A child, mother with a baby comes up to you, Magdalena. The great Magdalena! Oh, I can't believe it's you! Can you bless my baby? Please! Bless my baby.
I will bless the baby.
Oh, thank you.
Consider it blessed.
Another guy comes up to you. I've had this limp for years. My leg's been quite damaged. Magdalena, I hear you're the greatest healer in all the lands. Can you fix my leg, my lady?
I do a medicine check on his leg.
Sure. Roll a medicine check. I would say he's got some break in his leg that is never properly healed and is at a very odd angle. Magdalena, you're the greatest.
I'll try to cure wounds on him.
Okay. And people around you watch in amazement slightly crooked leg snaps perfectly into place. People say, all hail Magdalena! And people start rushing you, asking for blessings of their kids, asking for, healing. And feel free to pop as many cure wounds as you like, because there's lots of people mobbing around you. And
Yeah, I'll heal who I can.
Sure. And similarly, people are crowding around you, Xander. Xander, are you the great magician? I've heard you cast fire from your hands. Is that right?
Yeah, I cast a thing. Yeah, prestidigitation. I make sparks around me and around people.
One particularly, say, 25-year-old lass, dressed in peasant clothes, she comes up and gives you a hug and says, "Please, you'd make me ever so happy, Xander. Marry me, please. I'll be yours forever. Marry me, Xander."
Xander looks very shaken. He's like, he's not sure how to deal with this. Maybe later.
Maybe later. That's a yes. The great Xander has agreed to marry me in the coming weeks.
Maybe,
oh, joyous day.
maybe.
You should, maybe is a yes. Oh, thank you, Xander. I'm so happy. Come
Xander shakes his head.
Meet my father, and she grabs your arm and attempts to pull you away towards her father. She rolls a 6 on her strength check. You can see if you can beat that. Otherwise, she's going to be dragging you towards her father.
Did I roll it? No, not yet.
Yeah, she tries. Oh, Xander, you need to meet my father. He needs to give a blessing upon our blessed union. Oh, I am so happy. Oh my goodness!
Oh, no!
There's so many of you. Your power knows no bounds.
Xander casts a mirror image and tries to hide.
Oh, it's very hard to hide. I mean, she's the one.
It's like Assassin's Creed trying to blend into
not
people talking.
Yeah, not to hide, like completely hide, just from her, so she like gets disoriented with mirror images.
Okay, let's roll a d4. If she rolls a 4, she's grabbing onto the correct version of Xander. Xander, hold my hand. You promised to marry me. What happened?
There's silence.
Bulbug will hold your hand, pretty lady.
Oh, get your hands off me, dirty Minotaur. I don't know you. You're not one of the heroes. And so the girl is looking around. You heard what he said? He said he'd may marry me later. He said it. When he said it for a marriage proposal, it's official. The wedding will be at my house tomorrow at noon. Please be there.
The wedding might be tomorrow.
Is there a therapist in the crowd anywhere?
Xander's gonna have nightmares this night.
I mean, what did you actually say? You said maybe later was your exact words, and that is what she's basing her whole life around.
Yes.
Maybe
I was about
later.
to say maybe later, maybe no, but I didn't get a chance to say no.
Yeah, I don't have fanatical fans myself as a person as Malcolm, but I think you need to be firm with them. You don't give them a maybe, right? You give them a hard no.
Yeah.
So
Xander doesn't know. He spent most of his time like in crypts and tombs exploring. He doesn't really know how to deal with this type of situation.
okay, cool. Zagnus, a little kid comes up to you. He's got some wooden armor that he's plainly made himself, like just from scraps of wood, and he's got this wooden sword. And he goes to swing the wooden sword at you, and he misses terribly. He says, I challenge! I'm fighting the great Zagnus in battle! Oh, have at me!
I'm gonna take a knee and kind of catch his little wooden sword in my hand and tell him to take care who you challenge. That weapons, even wooden ones like this, are not a toy to be played at for games. That they are for killing, taking lives.
How do I learn? What do I do? Can you be my mentor, Zagnus?
I'm kind of busy, but there's any number of strong warriors here among the guards, and
They won't fight me. They say I'm too small.
you are too small now. They're right about that. But one day you'll be big, and one day you can train and wield whatever weapon you like. But remember that these are instruments of death, and shouldn't be taken lightly. To wield a blade is to wield a big responsibility.
Make a persuasion check at advantage. And I'm actually thinking that it's probably good that their kid missed. Would Zagnus be honor bound to massacre the kid?
Yeah.
So good that
Wait,
he missed.
what?
Zagnus has as part of his holy devotion. Once a fight starts, it ends when one of the two combatants falls. So,
Oh no.
what would Zagnus have done if the kid had actually hit him?
I wouldn't have taken that as a sincere declaration of battle. It's just a child. He doesn't understand.
The child's.
It's about people willingly going into battle and then changing their mind halfway through that they want to beg for forgiveness. That's not how it goes.
Yeah, and there's no way this kid was ever gonna defeat you. So okay, so it wouldn't make sense, but it would have been funny anyway. The kid says, "Oh, your words are wise, Agnes. May I just ask one quick favor? Could you spare like a silver piece or two just to help me feed my family?"
Absolutely. Now, Zagnus has been a bad player and hasn't kept track of the money.
Well,
Because I think we just had it in party loot.
Yeah, we've had.
We've split it out. I think. Wait, let me see.
No, we didn't. We talked about it, but then.
Oh, okay.
Um,
All right. Well, Okay.
It's all still
I'll.
in there.
Well, if
Yeah,
he
I'll
asks
figure
for
it
2
out.
silver, I'm gonna.
Yeah, you'll have
Dead.
plenty of silver.
Oh, yeah, give him 2 gold.
the kid says, "Wow, thanks. People refer to you as Zagnus the Mighty, but you're also Zagnus the Generous." And he wanders off. Another 10 people surround you. Some of them kids, some of them adults. Can we have 2 silver pieces, please, too? Zagnus. Zagnus the Generous. Can we have some money? Zagnus.
Absolutely. I'm just gonna take just like a handful and just kind of like toss it in the air and keep walking. Say
Okay.
about
Handful
like
of silver.
how much a handful it is.
We'll say like a handful is like 10 silver, so you're going to throw it up in the air?
Or kind of like just toss it into the crowd to get them scrambling for it and off of us a little bit. So we
Okay. And then push your way through the crowd? Okay. Taryn. Some young ladies, all about their 20s, surround you. Oh, wow, Taryn, you're more beautiful than the legends even say. I heard that you could fly. Can you show us you flying, please? And could you
I've
take
been
one?
flying the whole time.
Are
I'm
you-
20 feet above them.
Oh, okay. So, well, that's a good way to avoid the crowds. And as you swoop around, the crowd kind of sloshes and tries to follow you as best it can, but you can very easily avoid them. Because look,
Yep, that was the goal.
there's Taryn. She's like an angel. Look at her fly. And yeah. So with your various challenges as walking through this crowd, as people are now very obviously recognized you, your fame of your deeds, the things that happened, and you got the Mithril Mines going. You survived the necropolis. You defeated the boar. And the Mossy Temple as well. All sorts of things. The fame is definitely catching up with you. People want to be your friends, and some of them are just getting a bit fanatical. Okay, eventually you do push your way through. We'll switch focus now just to Taryn and Magdalena as you approach the Temple of the Five. Actually, I think Rainey would make sense. She has business at the Temple of the Five. So this relatively humble temple has an entrance with 5 stone columns, while it is smaller than the Temple of Sidon, it displays a higher level of artistry. It used to, but now it's kind of crumbling a little bit. It's falling apart in places, and there are some devotees there trying to put it together, and but it's not looking good. There's a bunch of high priests here, and compared to the next door Temple of Sidon, it's looking decidedly in disrepair. Are you guys just gonna help out? Help put it
Yeah,
together?
there's each. I'm guessing like each one has like their own section.
Yeah, there's a section for Velas, for Pythor, for Mitros. Even, I don't know if I told you, but Mitros was the fifth god, and she sacrificed herself to effectively end the first war. So she's missing, presumed dead. But yeah, there's one for Kyra, one for Pythor, one for Vulcan, one for Mitros, and one for the one I forgot, Vulcan. Don't know if I said it. Anyway, one for each of the 5 gods.
Okay. I'd like to try to maybe get Kira's looking nice first.
Sure. It's odd. You spend a good couple of hours tidying up her area, trying to put the walls together around her. It's kind of odd. There's almost something fundamentally wrong with the architecture here. You do your best. Tell what, make me a performance check. We'll see how well you actually do.
Okay, I have. Hold on a second. Would this help at all with determining what's wrong with it?
Yes, it would. See, the reason I'm hesitating is this part of what Rainy is about. So if you like, we will answer that question, but we'll answer that question with Rainy. I'm just not
That's
entirely
fine.
sure I want to take away her player agency.
Well, if she wants to take a look at this one, I can go try to build up. I'll go to Vulcan's instead. If this is more of her alley, if she wants to.
Not so much Kyra's in particular. It's the temple in particular. There's something off with the temple.
Okay. Well, I'll just think I'll shrug.
Okay. And Taryn, you're cleaning up around Velas's?
Yeah, just like not necessarily trying to like repair it or fix it, but just clean up.
Yep. Okay, you do that, and things look better. But with the amount of effort you put in, it's not quite as better as it should be. But you do it, and Velas goes around and helps tidy up as best she can as well. Okay, let's swing over to Zagnus, Bulbug, and Xander. Xander, what are you looking for in particular?
Stores, maybe like magic shop that sells maybe spell books or spell scrolls or anything that I could write into my book.
Okay, you come across a small shop that's tucked away in a shady corner of the marketplace. The inside is dusty and dark, and the walls are stockpiled with bottles of all kinds. You see a sort of looking like a classic wizard, the bald head but the very long hair at the back, the very long beard. And it says, Welcome to Zoran's Concoctions. Are you a fellow magic user like myself? What can I help you with, friend?
I am in fact a magic user. I'm looking to increase repertoire of my spells. Do you have anything for sale that maybe I don't know that I could learn from you?
Well, I have some potions for sale, some necklaces, some amulets, but no actual scrolls itself, I'm afraid.
Huh. What kind of necklaces or other things like that, similar to that?
Well, I have this this necklace. Let me just Google it myself. So firstly, he brings out something that looks like that. If you look in the Roll20 chat, you'll see it there. Well, see this. This is very useful. It's yours for the mere basic price of using for just 1,000 gold pieces. You can have this. And when wearing this necklace, you can breathe normally in any environment. Harmful gases, vapors, poison, even underwater. You could wear this.
Huh. That could be useful.
Just 1,000 gold pieces. Those are friend prices.
I look at the party. Don't have that much. Plus, not sure. It could be useful when we go into ocean, but it's only for one person. Do you have anything else? Maybe a little bit not as expensive?
Let me show you my finest items first of all. I also have this necklace, and he brings out a necklace that looks like this. See, there's this is you'll be immune to any disease. You'll be healthy, and you could live for a very, very long time for this. Maybe a sword might fall you, but you'll never die from an infection or a cough or anything like that. Yours, once again, for just 1,000 gold pieces.
Yeah, it seems like I did not expect those items to be that expensive. Unfortunately, I don't have as much funds available right now. But thank you for your time. I turn to my party, ask, do you think we need any of those items? I mean, for somebody specific?
Bullbug thinks they're shiny.
Yes, Bobucks, there are. They sure are. But Chinese do cost a lot. Um, is there anybody else with us? I thought it was somebody else coming with us.
Zagnus.
Yes, Zagnus.
I am here.
What do you think? Do you think there's?
I
Is
do
it
have some
worth buying us?
potions. I do have some simple potions of healing.
Zagnus doesn't put much stock in this kind of thing. He's gonna kind of think if this is the trinket, so he's
Oh,
gonna say no if you ask him if this is what.
okay. How much are the potions? What kind of potions do you have?
I have potions of healing and potions of heroism, both for the mere giveaway prices of 200 gold pieces.
That would be all my money. You know what? I have the rest of my party somewhere else. I'll talk to them to see if they would like to buy this. I'm sorry that we're not buying anything right now, but thank you for your time.
No problem.
I'll make a note where the store located. So
It's right in the
uh,
middle of this marketplace here.
I'm just saying, like, I mark it on my in my book just so I remember where it is. Zagnus, do you need to buy anything in here? I know
Uh,
Bullbug wanted some food.
yeah, I could go for some food.
Once again, this is a good place to get food. The proprietor of the shop says, but I might be able to help you get some spells if that's what you're interested in.
I am granted the prices. I'm not sure if I could afford, but maybe I'm still very interested in those type of things.
I almost feel myself hesitant to say this, but if you head over to the academy, you see it over there with the number 5 hovering over top of it. That's where the greatest minds of the city can congregate to meet. Unfortunately, I think my mind was too great for them, which is why they expelled me. But I think if you go over there, if you do well in the great debates, then maybe, just maybe, they could update that spell book of yours.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's very good suggestion. I really appreciate. I do give him 5 gold as
Well, thank you,
the
sir.
token of appreciation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, and that's an incredibly generous tip. But that's great. Okay, you looking for food, Bulbug?
As we're just walking through, Bullbug just starts like just grabbing from just eat cart and just starts eating.
Without paying? Well, you got no gold, I guess. Oh, you're gonna have to pay
He
for
just
that.
starts grabbing.
It's not free.
Oh no,
I'll,
food. Bullbug just eat food. Food's free.
It's not free.
um,
I'll
Bulldog-
step in. Whatever he took, I'll take an equal portion for myself and then pay for it.
Okay, I'm gonna say with Bulbug's appetite being, living on slave rations for too long, he eats quite a bit. So we'll say 5 gold pieces worth of food.
Total or a piece?
I'll say each. Bulbug
Okay.
is very hungry. He hasn't
I'm
eaten well
done.
for a long time. And this is
Huh,
an enormous amount of food. Make me a constitution save, Zagnus, to see if you can keep up. Yes, but just barely. Just barely.
Xander just watches in amazement how so much food is disappearing in both of them. If I was not a wizard, I would know that both of you have some magical inclination. I can't even imagine where this all goes.
Oh, all here in Bullbug's belly, and he kind of slams on his big old pot belly.
Oh, you got to be careful with that. You don't want it to start coming out.
I just say bellies and hold up 4 fingers.
Well, my friend, you call Bullbug brother. How are you alive? Bullbug's family was killed by order of Sidon.
And I wasn't. That's how I'm alive.
Well, here's to being alive.
Cheers. Little big belch.
Bullbug can do better than that.
I'm sure.
Sidon will pay for all he's done eventually.
That Zagnus is gonna start to mutter something about yes, in agreement to that, and just gonna get distracted by how indigestioned he is right now.
Indigestion.
Need some Pepto?
As you leave the Agora, the marketplace, Bulbug, Xander, and Xander, Zagnus, and Bullbug, notices a small group of people gathers on the road nearby, and the object that has attracted their interest is easily spotted as an incredibly lifelike statue of a woman that has suddenly appeared in the middle of the city streets. The statue has a look of abject terror on her face. There's a crowd starting to gather around her.
I'll go investigate.
Okay, so you go
Get
up
a little
and
closer.
yeah, you kind of have to push your way past a little bit, but it's no problem. They almost part for you, expecting you to solve the situation. They recognize you instantly, Zagnus, and they all say, well, we don't remember seeing this statue before. It wasn't here yesterday. And my goodness, it's the look of terror on her face. This is quite the artistry. Oh, Zagnus! Oh, Zagnus! What do you make of this statue?
Well, what do I make of this statue?
Well, make an investigation check. start there. You can make one too if you like Bulbug and Xander. So you go up and have a look. Okay, 19. It's pretty good with a +7.
9 is great for Bulbug with a -2.
Oh, I was waiting for the other two. I see. So 12, 9, and 19. Zagnus, with your keen mind, you have a close look at, and it is remarkable. The statue has eyelashes. It has little bits of hair across her face, and her robe is wrinkled just in just the right way, and the look of terror on her face is remarkably lifelike. The artistry is exquisite. What do you guys do?
And is it like on a pedestal or something, or is it just
Nope.
like feet on the ground?
Feet's not on a pedestal.
Xander is trying to remember if we've seen something similar to this before. Didn't we run into some chickens in that dungeon place?
Yes. Yes, you saw some of the dogs there that were petrified, though that
Oh,
that
so would he make kind of correlation that it might be similar? I don't know.
I think with your keen mind, yes.
Yeah. So Xander would say, this eerie familiar what we've encountered before. We probably should be looking for something that can turn people into stone. We probably should move her on the side of the road so she doesn't get broken. Maybe somebody can unpetrify her.
Oh, excuse me.
Bulbug's strong. Bulbug can move, statue.
No. I would appreciate if you didn't. We will take care of this situation, though we appreciate your help, Xander and Zagnus. We know who you are. We appreciate everything you do. But this is a matter for the Centurions. We will deal with this. It's plainly,
Do you know what?
it's
Do you know
plainly
what's going on here?
it's plainly, as you no doubt know, the work of the Lady of the Coins, or Lady of Coins.
And how do we know this wasn't an errant basilisk?
Well, it could be, but this is very much the Lady of Coins style.
Who is this lady? I don't know of her.
Well, if you ask certain people, they would tell you she's a charismatic person who steals from the rich and gives to the poor. If you ask some other people, she'd say she's a malicious person running the Thieves Guild, and she does things like this to people who owe her money. So it depends on who you ask.
And I'm asking you, what do you say?
I say she's a nuisance to the city. And I don't make a lot as a soldier. I've seen nobody's lives get better. Though there are always stories of people, coming into wealth and laying praise upon the Lady of Coins. But I don't buy it myself.
Probably wise.
Look, I know you have a lot on your plate, but if you want to know anything more against the Lady of Coins, I suggest you go speak to one of the nobles. His name is Taryn. He can be found in his villa, and he is publicly called for Taryn to be brought. Taryn has called for the Lady of Coins to be brought to justice. There is no greater opponent to the Lady of Coins than this noble called Taryn. That's remarkably similar to Taryn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've had Xander already in meeting a Dragonlord that's called Xander, so why not have a noble called Taryn as well?
Yeah, it seems like we have a lot of
We'll
people
keep it in
named.
mind, my friend.
Accidental namesake.
Yeah.
You'll find Taryn's estate over here in the Noble District. But we appreciate you have a lot on your plate. It's our business technically to deal with the Lady of Coins. Now, if you excuse us, we will do what we usually do and make arrangements for this to be transported and try and find whoever this lady has wronged, or the family of this lady, and try and make arrangements as best we can.
Okay. Yeah, this is unusual. I'll talk to party members. Haven't heard this happening in the cities.
Yeah. Kind of wondering how a woman is doing this to people.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to find out. Maybe we should look into it when we reunite with the rest of the group.
Be interesting to find out, but maybe prudent to not. But yeah, I agree. We'll discuss it with the others.
So I guess we head back.
Sure, I'm ready for a carb nap.
Yeah, I'm sure both of you are ready.
Yeah, Bullbug ready for seconds.
Oh, seconds.
Zagnus just whispers "Oh no" to himself.
Maybe you need to take a little bit of rest, Bulbag. Bulbag. I'm
Oh,
sure we'll have something for dinner later on.
but Bullbug always hungry.
Oh, you're always hungry? You never been not hungry?
Bullbug was locked up long time. Very hungry.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that. Well, we'll take care of good care of you.
You'll
Well,
take
when
good care of Bullbug?
yes, we'll make
Yay!
sure the
You
shoot
take
gets
care of
done.
Bullbug. And he'll do like a little happy stomp dance around.
It is important to pace yourself, though, brother, lest you become gluttonous.
Bullbug don't know what gluttonous means.
True.
No longer fit to fight. The food render you weak.
Oh, Bullbug don't want that. Bullbug, good champion, good fighter.
Right,
Bullbug strong.
right.
Okay, so you head back to the Grand Palace. You're going to rest up for the day, or any other plans?
I don't have any other plans unless you guys have something. Just make sure that Bullbag has enough food for tonight.
Bullbag.
Yeah.
Variations
I always get
continue.
confused now with the name.
Balrog.
Balrog.
Ah, there we go. Okay, so after some shopping and wandering around, and it takes a while to wind your back to the Grand Palace with your adoring fans, you know, hindering your way and demanding you blessings of babies, countless marriage proposals. People just some people just run up to you and touch your arm, then run away. And you actually hear songs being sung around the place about your deeds as well. Some of the bards and poets are starting to sing songs about you. And it's quite flattering, all things considered. So, Magdalena and Taryn, you finish up cleaning up the temple as best you can. Is there anything else you wish to accomplish this day?
I didn't have anything.
No, Taryn wouldn't have anything.
Okay, so what we'll do, we'll say you go back to the palace and you rest up again. And if you're ready, first thing in the morning is the Vulcan's procession of the flame. Valis approaches you early in the morning. If you're ready, the flame has already been taken around the city, and as I said, I've arranged for you to do the final legs. So please make yourself ready, and we'll get on with the. We'll get you in position for the receiving of the flame. And just as a matter of protocol, who will be actually holding it?
Taryn will do it. That's fine.
Yeah, she can like fly and hold it high.
Yeah, I can make it look fancy.
Fantastic. That'll be good. Okay, so she ushers you. It's a little bit outside of the city. It's more up here somewhere is the Grand Colosseum. It's a bit off city grounds. And as you're making your preparations, you see people, generally noble people. Some of the common riffraff don't have the honor of carrying the flame. But eventually I'll get rid of all these actual PCs off here. There's no marker. You make your way up here, and there's crowds already gathering, crowds cheering, crowds expecting, a magnificent time for these the great games that are happening over 9 days, in fact. The crowds are cheering, some of them saying, look, it's the heroes of the Heartland. Who better to take the flame into the stadium than the heroes of the Heartland? And you hear various people starting chanting Zander's name, chanting Magdalena, Taryn, Zagnus, and Estrella. We'll say Estrella. They're just chanting, heroes, woo! And you see the Colosseum up ahead, and it's pretty much like, classic Roman Colosseum that they have in Rome. A very similar type of thing to this. But then something slightly unusual happens. Two figures appear before you just as you're about to enter the stadium. And I'll show you what they look like. One of them looks like this. One of them looks like this. And these two particular beings are massive. They're standing 10 foot tall. And Lutheria is lazily holding on to the arm of Sidon. Kind of like almost like a teenager leans on her boyfriend, just a bit or too affectionate, her hands on his chest, and she smiles at you. And Sidon says, we have been invited to these games, and as tradition has had it, it is our honor to run the flame into the stadium. So my dear Taryn, please hand over the flame.
I'm just gonna fly and go light it myself.
How high were you flying off the ground as you approached them?
20 feet is usually where Taryn stays if she's regular flying.
Okay. Sidon. Let me have a look at Sidon. I mean, he's going to take this as a great insult, which I assume is why you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just see what things I can do with Sidon here.
Just crushes Taryn in his fist.
I suggest you give that to me right now, Taryn. Make me a wisdom saving throw.
I had to restart my computer again, so
Sure.
it is coming back up right now. Everything was being very weird.
Okay.
Hopefully that update fixed it. Here we go. There's Taryn. You said wisdom, correct?
I did.
Okay.
Wow, 19 is really good. It's less than 25, though. You return the torch to him. You see what a pathetic thing you are doing, right?
Oh, wait, 19 was not high enough?
No, DC 25.
Sword's also
Oh.
not working. So
Sorry, when I see her start to, like, go towards him and hand it to him, I'm going to command Terran to fly.
Counter, Taryn, I'm going to have you trying to resist that. Because you...
Sorry.
So another wisdom saving throw and to try and... I guess you're trying to fail? Oh, you do fail. Oh, Zagnus, we're going to do this, are we? Taryn, give me the damn torch. You can make a wisdom save if you like, but you're not going to beat a 25, so you really got no hope. Valis comes up and stands between them. Look, it is tradition to always invite Lutheria and Sidon. Up to now, they haven't really accepted the request, but it was seen as a way to reinforce the oath of peace. We would invite them to the games. So technically, they are under my invitation, and technically, it is tradition for the Titans to bring in the torch.
Taryn will do anything that Valis says, so she will give the torch to Sidon.
So is it tradition for them to carry the torch, or is it tradition for them to not show up?
Well, for the past 500
Second one sounds
years,
like a better tradition to me personally, but
as a commitment to the oath of peace. For 500 years, the Titans have been invited to the games. For 500 years, they've ignored the invitation. This is the first time they've actually turned up. When the games were initially brokered together by none other than Versi the Oracle herself, we thought it fitting that the Titans be the last ones to bring in the torches. So they do have the tradition on them side, even if they've ignored it for 500 years.
I only find myself wondering if they've spit on this tradition for 500 years, why we should be expected to honor it now. But I know when I'm outmatched.
Lutheria said, "Oh, it was so delightful to see you try the waving your hands and doing your pathetic little spells."
Wasn't talking to you though.
Well,
So-
I'm talking to you, you lowly animal stock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's correct. I mean, I am an animal, so it's a good observation. 5 points.
My love, let's leave it. This smell of these peasants starting to infect my nostrils. And they proceed into the stadium. And almost slightly odd. I mean, both of these creatures are huge. Mechanically, yeah, they are huge. They are massive 15, 16, 17-foot creatures. And it's almost comical to see Lord Sidon, the god of the storms. Those who have sent centaurs against you. You see Lutheria, those who have sent nightmares against you. Those who have sworn to destroy all living creatures across Thylea, walking into the stadium. And it's almost comical to see Sidon holding this torch in his massive hands. But he does what's required and lights the torches and then takes up several rows of the Colosseum as he sits down. Valis looks terribly embarrassed, and she says, sorry, but this is the way it needs to be.
Anything for you, so. Good.
I just wonder what's their agenda today here, since they never showed up before.
Well,
Nothing good.
Well, they
Oh,
are still
sure.
bound by the oath of peace, of course. They will not attack the gods directly. And I think they would almost consider it rude to, shall we say, cause any more trouble than what it should be. They are bound by the oath of peace, and everybody in this procession, we'll see if they can get them as well. There'll be an oath very shortly to fight fairly, no magic, no killing, and all the athletes, which we'll meet shortly, will need to abide by this. I mean, this is what I'm guessing. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that Sidon was throwing lightning bolts upon this town. This is a very interesting development.
Certainly is.
Bulbog doesn't kill anyway.
Wow. Oh, good. Now, if you excuse me, I have some more official duties to do. And you've seen King Achatus come up with several servants in tow. And he holds out an arm to his queen and says, "Milady." And she refuses his arm. I imagine their relationship is not dissimilar to Melania's and Donald Trump's, right? Technically married, but either
That's
doesn't
good.
seem particularly fond
That is
of the other one.
amazing.
That poor girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think it's they match those two people in real life quite closely. Like,
Ring
anyway,
twice if you need help.
Are you here against your will?
Yes.
so Velas and King Achatus, they take you into the stadium. Well, you're in the stadium, and we'll introduce the athletes in a second. But here you have you guys, the heroes of the Oracle, over here in one corner, where you'll be introduced shortly. And you see Kyra, Vulcan, Pythor at one end of the stadium. Looking better than you've seen them recently, but still obviously not well. Now, at the other end of the stadium, you see the massive frames of both Lutheria and Lord Sidon. They're much closer than that. They're not shy with their public displays of affection, and it's just made all the more creepy by the fact that you know they're siblings. It's very off-putting.
You got that Targaryen thing going on.
Definitely the Targaryen thing going on. King Achatus. So the stadium is just filled with people. There's so many people here, and yeah, people are cheering. King Achatus raises his hands from the front of the stadium, and it says, "I welcome you to the 500th Great Games of Mitros. This has been a great tradition. Heroes have been forged, reputations enhanced, and reputations destroyed. But with the 500th anniversary, I sure will have an extra special occasion this time. And I welcome both Lord Sidon and Mistress Lutheria." Half the crowd boos, half the crowd cheers. Both of them give a nod in King Achatus's direction. And the city of Mitros, as we all know, started as merely a village 500 years ago. And we remember the sacrifice our queen made, Queen Mitros. She sacrificed herself for the saving of the city and the ending of the war. So today we honor once again our fallen goddess Mitros as we start the 500th Great Games of Mitros. And we welcome people from all over Thylea, from as far away as Astoria, Aracea, Praxis, and even Themis. We welcome you and we greet you. Big cheers go up. And then Queen Valis comes forward. Now, it is a time for the presentation of the athletes. Would you please step forward from the great land of the island of Themis? I got a name wrong. Let me just, give me just a sec. Spyra, from the land of Themis. And you see this warrior woman. She looks very serious. She looks very strong. And you know that she represents the Amazonian woman of Spyra, an island out in the Cerulean Gulf once again. And coming, so she comes up and kneels before Valis. Valis gives her a blessing of salt, then she returns. From the island of Praxis, representing Lord Sidon. And you see several of these great champions emerge. You see a massive centaur. You meet a massive six-armed Gigon. You see an Oread, which is not like a forest-type nymph. You see a Maenad, which is the same type of creature you fought in the Mossy Temple. Those kind of dirty satyr-looking things. And you see a very serious centurion. And she says, Pancras, Pelopia, Priam, Duris, and Jorge, representing the island of Praxis. And they go forward and do the similar thing. They bow before Valis. And you know that Praxis is the island from which Sidon resides. It's from his island. And representing the home crowd, we have the Mitros representatives. We have Leland. We have... Oh, Bullbug, what are you doing there? Bullbug, you're not there. Get out of there, Bullbug. Coroner and Sai. And you see them. One's fairly... Spyra is a fairly... looks like some type of combatant. Leyland is a gladiator. Coroner is... looks as if she's good with a bow and arrow. And Sai looks like he's a well-rounded athlete, doing lots of things. And needless to say, the Cloud and Mitros, everybody's cheering in Mitros for these things, regardless of their affiliation. And from Aracia, in fact, I'll show you where that is. Oops.
Is that the coroner from the Temple, or is that just the same name?
Same person.
From Astoria?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Yep. I think I described her as perhaps younger than she actually was. She's like 13, 14. So, but yeah, it's the same coroner. So Aracia is another one of the great cities which we haven't explored to yet, but it's all the way down here. So, come from a long way away. So from the great city of Aracia, and we have, you see a massive minotaur, and a female woman who looks like she, once again, is pretty good combat. You wouldn't want to take her on one-on-one terribly much. And we look forward to great things from Aracia. The walls have never been breached in Aracia, and we expect great things from the city. And finally, from Astoria, we have Felina, the satyr, often does tunes amazingly well, and Egan, a gladiator from the city. And finally, we have the heroes of the Oracle. We have Magdalena, often called one of the greatest healers that have ever lived. Zagnus, mighty with the axe. Master of the arcane axe, Xander. And flying, she's got a flying wings of death, is Taryn. And Rainy, they're magnificent. And they seem to have some type of sacrificial animal or something with them. I'm not sure, but welcome to everybody. And the crowd cheers. Rah!
Bullbug! Bullbug! Pumps his chest.
And she says, that concludes today's ceremony. We will do some sacrifices to the gods if you want to do that tomorrow. And it will start in 2 days' time. Welcome! And everybody cheers. The athletes start milling around. Duris, this massive Gygon, comes up to you guys and says, "Huh, so you're all the heroes of the Oracle, huh?"
Yep.
I guess
Called us
Drug
before,
dealers.
yeah.
Which one of you thinks is strong enough to take me on?
One-on-one or like what?
Yeah, one-on-one.
And this
I'd say
guy,
Bulldog probably.
Ah, Bullbug, 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 one-on-one, you, puny, whatever you are, Bullbug.
you're more or less looking eye to eye. We'll say 1
Yeah,
to
but
6.
because of his big gut, that's what he means by.
Oh, okay. You are slightly taller than him, though, just slightly.
Amazing.
Oh, you think you're so strong? All right, let's do it. Right now, let's get this tone settled. Let's settle this with an arm wrestle. You ready?
Bullbug, always ready.
Okay, this is how it's
Can I
going to
give him
work.
guidance
Yep.
as
Yes,
he
you can.
passes.
Yep. So this is how it's going to work. We're both going to do
No, not bless. Sorry,
guidance. Okay,
guidance.
Yep.
The other D4.
We're both going to make athletics checks, and if you beat his strength, then you stay in the competition. If you fail against it, if you both fail, the game continues. If you both succeed, the game continues. It will only end when one of you succeeds and one of you fails. But the Gygon beats his chest. Table is hastily brought out, and he flexes.
Bring it on, animal.
And ooh, that's not good. He rolls a 9. So that's a failure on
Bullbug,
his part.
Bullbug.
And you roll a 7. So you go back and forth, no one really gaining an advantage.
Guidance.
I got a D4, so it's both a 9.
9. Well, once again, you have to beat his strength.
Uh-huh.
So
yep.
9 doesn't beat his strength score. Just out of interest, what's Bulbug's strength score?
Plus 5. It's his normal strength is 20 plus 5.
So 20. So he's looking to beat a 20 on his roll. Okay. So next round, the muscle flaring, sweat pouring off you. He rolls a 15. You roll a 17. Oh, none of you is struggling to get the upper hand. Next round, he flexes again, and this time he rolls a 19, which is still not enough to beat you.
Does the D4, so does 18 beat his?
Guidance would only work once, though, would be the only thing.
Oh, I seen Bless, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hit that one by accident.
Okay, gotcha.
But regardless, 18 doesn't beat his strength. 16 next round. 16 doesn't beat his strength. Roar! And 10 doesn't beat his strength.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
Okay, so
Question, what
going
are they
back and
actually
forth.
doing?
What's that?
19 doesn't beat his strength?
Nope.
Oh,
They're arm
okay.
wrestling. They're arm wrestling.
Oh, okay.
Neither one getting on top of it. Okay, next round he flexes. Rolls a dirty 20.
Oof.
Also dirty 20.
A dirty
And- And I gave him guidance just now, so before he rolled it.
Okay. Roll a d4. Bulbug.
24.
24. So 20. I did say beat. 20 doesn't
Uh-huh.
beat your strength. 24 does beat his strength, though. So Bulbug. Boom. And he looks slightly embarrassed. He saw what Terran did.
Says, you know magic won't help you in the actual games, right? Magic is strictly forbidden. It's only by cheating that you won.
I just patted my friend on the arm. If you think that was something special, I guess maybe get your eyes checked.
Make a deception check, Terran.
Oh, good. She's great. Why? Okay.
Well, that was technically
Oh, hey!
lie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, apparently.
I don't know what you did, but yeah, this is just a warm-up. You and me, Minotaur, have unfinished business.
He pokes you in the chest, then goes back to his teammates.
Call after
Bullbug
him,
stronger
maybe
than you. Ha ha ha! Four-armed person can't beat Bullbug. Bullbug, Bullbug.
Buddy, he has 6 arms.
Maybe focus on quality over quantity of arms.
Good job, Bullbug.
Ha ha, Bullbug.
Someone from the city of Mitros comes over to you. I apologize for the brash behavior from the representatives of Praxis. My name is Sai. I do represent Mitros. And let me just say, I'm looking forward to fighting with you. I know you're creatures of honor, and I look forward to tackling you one-on-one at whatever event it may be. It's a pleasure to meet all of you.
You as well, sir.
Mutual.
Bullbug.
And you, Mr. Bulbug. And let me just say, it is going to be an absolute honor fighting you. The towers of your deeds are already spreading around Thylia. But let's just say, you know, I expect to go hard, and I expect you go to hard, and may the better person win.
They always
Bullbug
do.
have no deeds. Bullbag gladiator. But good fights, yes, yes.
Zagnus? I
Yes.
look forward to taking you on in particular. I've heard great deeds about your prowess in battle.
Well, that will depend on the contest, but if
Well,
it's appropriate, I'll look forward to it as well.
Yeah, well, the contents of strength. There is contests of tunes. There's context of one's dexterity. So pick your what you think you'll be best at, and I look forward to dueling with you in the coming days. Best of luck.
You as well. Well met.
Hey guys, long time no see.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, things took a decided uptick after you rescued me from the temple. My father got his act together. I started training hard. I came to Mitros here to seek out a mentor, and I found it in Sai, who I think you just mentioned, and he's been teaching me the way of archery. So I'm going to enter in the archery games, and yeah, things are looking a lot up since you rescued me and the kids from the temple. Thanks again, I guess.
I'm glad to hear it. You look like you're healthy. Look like you're doing well for yourself. Your dad gave me this javelin. I'm not too much of a fighter. Maybe you could make better use of this. And I'll see if she wants the javelin of lightning. He said it was in your family. Maybe it's better in your hands.
Well, I won't say I don't want it back, but you know, he's a simple farmer, and he didn't know how to. I mean, what price would you place on your own daughter, right? He felt it was right and appropriate to give it to you. But if you want to make a persuasion check to try and give it back, Mags,
Oof. Okay.
go for it.
I mean, if she'd rather not have it, I'm not trying to persuade her to take it. I was just merely offering.
Yeah, she's plainly uncomfortable with you returning the gift.
Okay. No, I greatly appreciate it.
Hey, don't
I will. I have put it to use once or twice. Don't get me wrong.
Well, I hope you use it well. I can't help but look at those two guys over here. They're making me decidedly uncomfortable.
Yeah, I would just try to ignore them.
Which guys was she talking about?
Sidon
Titan?
The Titans. Yeah.
Oh.
The
I
two
think
massive
that's
people.
why they're here.
That's all they can do right now, so they're trying to unsettle everybody. Just don't pay any heed to them.
Well, they're doing an excellent job. I mean, I'm sure you've heard what they intend as well, the literal destruction of all life on Thylea. That's me. That's you. And when the Oath of Peace ends, I shake to think what's going to happen.
That's why we need to show that we're better than them, even in this type of event. And we need to beat their champions.
I gotta ask you though, much has been talked about you guys around the cities, around the villages, that if anybody can defeat the Titans, it's you guys. Do you think you guys can do it? I mean, look at them.
Yeah.
That's
There's a
the
way.
intent. There's always a way, yes.
I don't just think that we can, I think that we must.
Yeah.
Well,
That's why we're here.
well, don't think I'm not rooting for you, but Taryn, I couldn't help but notice that when Lord Sidon said, "Give me the flame," you just gave him the flame. If you can't even resist his words, how are you going to defeat him?
Well, see, I did resist. It was just that Invalis said that it was tradition that I give them the torch, so I listened to the queen, respect her, and she's my goddess.
Yeah, that's not what people are thinking. I mean, I believe you, but people saying things like you bent the knee to Sidon and did his bidding and things like that. I know that's not true. I'm just saying that's what people are saying.
I'll just have to defeat his champions then.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean that Geigen and the Centaur, they look serious, and who knows what tricks the other ones can come up to. Hey, I believe in you guys. Needless to say, if we ever find ourselves on opposing sides, I will do my best. But it'd be a great feather in my cap, shall we say, if I defeat you guys. Yeah, you guys are my heroes. And as she says that, she blushes and leaves.
Aw.
There you go. Let me see your bow. You said you're an archer.
Yep. She turned around bright red and she shows you her bow. It's a long bow. Looks fairly well made.
I'll inspect it and I will give it the blessing of the forge.
Nice. Till the end or die, the object becomes. Oh! Wow. That's. Wow, you're quite amazing, Magdalena. Thank you. Thank you. This is kind of why you're my heroes. You're so nice. You're so kind, and I'm gonna pray to the gods that you teach those titans a lesson once and for all. She scurries away again, checking out her now slightly flasher bow.
He's my adopted kid. Leave me alone, all right?
Yeah, well, Magdalena and Coroner did have that connection, right? She
They
hung on
did.
to. Yeah.
Just Miss Lorius.
Well, he's well, you don't know what it is, but last time you saw him, he was maybe had found love in Astoria.
I'm sure he'll pop up at some point.
Well, let's just say he has a poor track record of long-term romances. He's kind of the endless romantic who constantly would send flowers and stuff like that, and that can be a bit much for some people. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so there's lots of milling around of athletes. Some of them come up to you and say hi. The delegation from Praxis is more keeping to themselves. Apart from Duris, who just want to do a bit of a flex on you guys. Okay. Is there anything else you guys want to talk to? Anybody stands out you would wish to talk to?
What do you us even have a bow? I don't even know if we can compete in the archery contest.
I can.
We don't have. Oh, there you go.
Oh wait, can we use crossbows in archery? Does that count?
Yes, it does.
Oh yeah, that I can. Yeah.
Okay. So this is a multi-day event. Unless you have something you wish to follow up or anything inside of Metros, we can just fast forward to the next day.
At some point, I would go to those the place where the merchant suggested, but not now. I guess we're preoccupied with activities.
Yes, that's the academy. Yes, up here. This is where you can go there anytime you like. But we can do that another time if you like. Maybe we'll say mechanically or thematically, you spend downtime during these days to go and join in the great debates, and once the games are concluded, we can just play that out at that point.
Okay.
So,
Sounds good.
You're going back and forth, and having these debates and trying to convince them you're worthy of perhaps some magical spells. Okay, so we'll do that at the end of the games.
Okay.
Just to keep everything going. Is there anything else people want to do, or should we just fast forward?
I sent you a whisper on Roll20, Malcolm, just to get some clarification.
He has one.
Okay.
In fact, a great one.
Yep. Gotcha.
Max will just continue cleaning the temple and whatnot.
Sure. Okay. So, things disperse that day, all come back together the next day, and the start of the day, people are sacrificing various animals to the gods. There are goats, there are oxen, there are chicken, each coming with their various costs. Would you guys like to sacrifice something, and if so, what?
Oh. I don't know that we have.
Do we have anything in party loop? Party loot?
Oh yeah, good point. Good point. Let's see.
Oh, we could just give items.
What about these adamantine trident? We haven't sold them yet.
Oh no, this is very much an animal sacrifice.
Oh no, I'm
Okay,
good.
cool. Yeah, we don't have any of that, so.
Wow.
The sacrifice is specifically to honor whom?
Oh, well, you choose to sacrifice to whoever you like, and that's the gold cost for each one of these things. And
I will sacrifice a goat to Valis.
okay, cool. Anybody else sacrificing anything? So 50 gold pieces to obviously.
Is it disrespectful to not sacrifice something?
You see all the other athletes doing it. You notice the delegation from Praxis is all sacrificing a goat to honor both Sidon and Lutheria.
Like each individual or as a group?
No, each individual. So someone has laid down, 500 gold pieces worth of oxen just for the Praxis delegation alone. No,
I'll kick in a goat for Vulcan,
Hey. So
but I'm not happy
I'll-
about it.
I'll do the goat as well, but I guess for Kira.
So Taryn does a goat for who, Taryn? Bellis?
Valis? Yeah.
And Xander a goat for
Kira?
Kira.
So that's 50 gold.
What's 100 gold now? for
Expensive
party loot.
sacrifice.
Yeah. Mags?
Oh, we're
I-
using
I
party
did-
loot or?
Oh, I spent
sorry.
my own. I was just spending money.
Yeah. I
Uh,
assume if
yeah,
we're doing individual, it has to be.
yeah, Mag split up the party loot earlier.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I put it in chat. Hold
I'll
on, I
get
had
it.
it pasted somewhere.
I missed it.
Oh yeah, you have a shitload of money now.
Shitload. There
Wait,
it
is this 9 platinum, 160 gold? That's for
Yes,
each
yeah,
That's
person?
it.
yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. I'm
No,
flushed. I did not
the
realize
party
this.
loot
I could have.
We still have some in the party
Okay.
loot. There's still a couple. There's just, like we can make change if we really need to divvy that out, but I figure we could just hold on to it.
Okay. Did it include our new friend here?
Yeah, Bulbug don't need money.
All right, I'll sacrifice God for a Bulbug. Bulbug, who do you want to sacrifice God to? Any gods or?
Well, not Sidon, no, because of Sidon, Bulbug's family dead.
Oh no, definitely not. Do you want to maybe go for Pythar? He's a fighter. He fights well.
I don't really know gods. I've been slave for a long time.
Let me ask you this, Bullbug. If your family died at the whim of these beings, did that make you feel good?
No, that made Bulbug very sad. After family dead, Bulbug became slave.
Then think about how this goat dying for these beings feel.
Bulbug sad for a goat? What good does that do?
Nothing. No goat will die for me this day.
Bulbug agree. No goat for Bulbug.
Okay.
No innocent death. Bulbug does not kill.
Mags,
All
do you
right.
sacrifice something? A goat for anybody? Or?
Yeah, I would do a goat for Vulcan.
And
She wouldn't stick around to watch. She would probably just bail after paying the money.
oh, there's
Same.
a big pile of gore here, right in the center. There's an
Oh,
altar,
awesome.
and with various things that will be burnt later. It's considered very uncool to eat the sacrifices. Very wasteful, I know. And it sounds like Zagnus, you'll have no part of this.
No.
Okay. So we've got Taryn. We'll ask Rainey when she gets back. Let's just say I'm going to add that to my notes. In our modern society, it's it's considered just a complete waste of a good goat. But these are not our times. This is not our traditions. But here, it's considered taken quite seriously, and it has real world effects. So, which is why I've taken careful note of it. And I'll just put here Rainy. Okay, so the sacrifices are done. Big pile of gore. I mean, there's how many competitors? Like 20 goats, or 20 chickens and goats and oxen combined. It's not pleasant to look at, but the servants. This is why almost a whole day is dedicated to sacrifices, because it makes such a mess, and it takes lots of cleanup, and no one wants to be wrestling in dirt caked with blood. I just saw your little GIF inside of Discord there, Mags. That's very appropriate. Okay.
I don't know why I didn't actually post the GIF, but all right.
I think he means the goat one.
The goat one.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't post the arm wrestling one. I clicked on that one.
Yeah, I
That
don't
one's
know why.
funny for Bulbug wrestling, the arm wrestling one.
Oh, I see. It doesn't.
weird.
Oh, yeah. I clicked on the link and yeah. Okay. After the the gore, we'll say, is cleaned up, Queen Velis draws everybody's attention. So, we all need to follow the oath of these games. You must swear that despite the fierce competition, you will not do any actions to endanger or kill the life of anybody else. I must stress that killing a fellow competitor, even by accident, is grounds for immediate expulsion from the games, at the very least. So please swear that you'll honor the life of those and fight as fiercely and strongly as you can while preserving the other person's life. Everybody raise your hands and say, I so swear.
I so swear.
I so swear.
Yeah, same. I so swear.
I swear.
Bulldog so swears.
With the observant feat, I would like to keep an eye out for anybody who's not swearing and trying to get out of it.
Is that the lip reading one?
Yeah.
Okay. So make a perception check. Because you can read lips, but they might be hiding it. These two guys, they mouthed the words, but they didn't say it. Okay, so noted. You must also swear that this is a battle of the physical body. No arcane arts will be allowed, whether they be divinely based or arcane based. Magic is strictly forbidden for augmenting your performances. So, please swear that you will not use magic, divine or arcane in nature to affect the results. Everybody raise your hand and say, I so swear.
I so swear.
I swear.
I swear.
Bulldog strong. Bulldog
I'm
swears.
going to watch if there's multiple ones. I'm watching out for the...
Okay.
I'm assuming these guys aren't going to...
Perception again?
Yeah. Damn.
No, I'm gonna. I mentally set it to 15 in my head to read their lips. So
Fair.
I'm gonna say 14. You don't know, and they did definitely move their mouths in synchronization with everybody else, but it's hard to say. Okay, so with that, the oath is completed. No killing, no magic is the brief summary of it. Well, the games will officially begin tomorrow at dawn with the hearers, herald, and trumpeter. Those who think they are good at music and so on, you are welcome to join. And with that, drink, be merry, train if you feel needed, if you feel the need to, and we'll commence the game come morning. So, once again, anybody wish to do anything special? We'll assume Xander goes up and joins in the debates.
She said drink. Bulldog drink. Drinks for Bulldog.
All right.
I would go up to Valis and let her know to keep an eye on the two big guys because technically they didn't bind themselves by the first oath, so they're going to try something shady at the very least.
That is disappointing. We will keep an eye out for them. I suggest if you get into some type of one of the combat-based sports, then you need to be very careful. But thank you. Okay, next day rolls around. Kira comes out, and she takes the center stage. You almost see some of her zest and pep coming back, but she's still not quite right. She's all right. Let's kick off these games like we mean it. Anybody who thinks they're good with a flute, who thinks they're good can play, please step forward. Plopia from Praxis steps forward. Sorry, Pelopia. Two representatives from Lord Sidon's army comes forward, and Falana from Astoria steps forward. Is anybody going to want to join in?
Yeah, Taryn will.
Okay, so Taryn, step forward with these guys in front of Kira.
Come on, there we go.
Taryn, you play pretty music, yay! Bulbug
Thank
like.
you.
Anybody else?
I'm not proficient with any instrument, so no, go for me.
Let me just have a quick look at Rainy's character sheet. Maybe she'll be good at this. Oops. Rainy, well, she's a nymph. She's got... Ah, she'll give it a go. She'll give it a go. So Rainy will join up. What's your charisma, Taryn?
18.
18.
So
So you automatically qualify. There's a qualifying round. These guys all automatically qualify, as do you, Taryn. Rainy is not quite there. Oh, wait. No, she's got 18 charisma. Yep. You all qualify. So you see some other people trying to compete, but they're off tune. And this is going to be a best of 3 competition. And the way this will work, you need to make... wait a sec. You need to make a performance check and a persuasion check. Okay, 2 charisma-based things. So...
The only question I would have is since I'm using air from my own lungs to play a flute, does it count as using my voice?
Yeah, I mean, it's the goal of the competition is to make music. You could do that by singing, you could use that by playing an instrument. So if you just want to sing, Taryn, that would be fine.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, alright.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So I'm just going to put a quick spreadsheet here together. So we have... So we have Pelopia, we have Pancras, we have Falana, we have Taryn, and Rainy. Okay, why don't you get us going, Taryn? Make a performance check and a persuasion check and add the 2 together.
Whatever 21 plus 26 is.
Oh, yeah. You've already done it. 47.
47.
Wow. So Taryn, 47. Okay, wait a sec.
Natty 20.
Natty 20 does go well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share the spreadsheet that I have if you want to follow along.
Too funny because Mags and I at the same time in the chat posted the GIF.
Yeah.
Oops. So there's the spreadsheet if you want to follow along. Spelled Great Games
Nice.
wrong to start with. Okay, so Taryn, 47. So it's your best effort over 3 rounds. So explain to me exactly how Taryn is singing. What does it sound like? What does it look like?
Well, Taryn is a siren, so it is very much like her bread and butter. It's what she does to like relax herself. So her music is very like chill vibes, very relaxing. She's gonna kind of like be using her wings to make it look like she's kind of like floating on a cloud and just trying to make everybody chill and happy.
You enrapture the audience, and Kier says, "Yay, Taryn!" Rainy's gonna give it a go. Performance and persuasion. So, wow, 35. A beautiful performance from Rainy as she plays on, say, on a harp, and she does quite well. Felina. Gonna make 2 of these checks. Performance and persuasion. She does for a combined total of 29. Pretty good. Pancras, the representative from Lord Sidon, who's an Ariad, who's quite good at these things. We'll make a persuasion and a perform, and she rolls a 41. So wow. And finally, Plopia, the Maynard, who you've encountered before, she is going to start singing, and she is going to do a combined 28. Where's my spreadsheet gone? Oh, there we go. It's 28 from Pelopia. Okay, so you've come across as the early leader here. So Taryn, once again, make a performance and a persuasion check. And if it's less than 47, we'll just keep it at 47. Oh, it's a long walk from there. Okay, nice, but not quite good enough. Rainy will try again. Performance, persuasion, 38. That's an improvement for her. Felina will try her luck. 14. A terrible performance. She's completely off key. And finally, did I do all of them? Didn't do Pelopia, I don't think. Yeah, didn't do Pelopia, the one. Okay, so performance, persuasion. Ooh, she rolls a 40. Screams into second. Okay. Final round. Right, Taryn, one more try.
Okay.
Looking to beat a 47. So, 35, good, but not an improvement. Rainy will try and go for the silver. Persuasion. Yes! Performance. 37. Oh, it's good, but not quite enough for second place. So she's going to stay there. Felina is going to try. Performance. Persuasion. She rolls a 36. Is that an improvement for her? Yes, it is. 36. So, though Pancras, persuasion, 25, 45 from the Ariad. So Pancras gets 45, screams into second, and Pelopia finally, performance, persuasion. Was a 32. All right. So 32. Your best was 47. Rainy's was 38. So Taryn, you would get the gold, and Chris the silver, and Rainy the bronze. Wow, that was amazing. Taryn, come over here.
I'll fly over there. Let's go.
Oh, flying with style. Wow, well, you're the champion of my special event, Kira's Herald and Trumpeter, and you have done a fantastic job. Who do you dedicate this to? Who do you do this song in honor of?
You.
Aw, babe, that's so sweet. And she gives you a big hug. I'm not. And she starts crying a little bit. Says, I'm gonna miss you guys after this. I can't come
Of
with
course,
you.
that's why I had to dedicate this to you.
Oh,
'cause
you're
our
the best. And she raises her hand to the champion, Karen the Mighty. And half the crowd cheers and half the crowd boos. But at the very least, you've taken the first event for the heroes, and Sidon came in with a strong second. So I guess in the scheme of things, 4 points for the heroes, 2 points for Team Sidon. All right. Okay. So the next event is is going to be functionally a boxing event for the gladiators. The Minotaur fights and the Pythor's gladiators is going to turn into a boxing one. I'm going to suggest that we just end it there because that's going to take a little bit longer to resolve the boxing competition. It's a bit more involved. Sound good, guys?
Yep.
Are you with us next week, Zagnus / Dylan?
Yeah. I don't think I'm missing many more. for
This
the
year.
next-
Like May and well, I say this year, but that's because your years are different. I think you have one in May and one in June.
Okay, fantastic. And obviously we won't
Yeah,
have
it's in our
Estrella
meter.
back for a few weeks, but I speak to Rainy, so it'll almost have a good thing. And thank you to our special guest star.
Yeah.
Thanks, Doug.
Love
Alright.
Stuff.
No problem.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Ballbag.
If you would like, Malcolm, I can come back next week for the competition. Up to you.
You're more than welcome to. Yep.
Okay.
Thanks,
Okay.
Ballbag.
Thank you.
Yeah, but Ballbag's
brain.
going to be hanging out with you guys for a while, but you'd be more than welcome to come back, Doug. But Ballbag's going to be joining you. I mean, he did do an oath of service to you guys, so very different to Kyra, but almost a constant NPC that'll be hanging around with you, unless he dies or something. But we'll see. No
I don't know.
We'll
See,
see
actually,
that.
large
I'll
size.
try to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, Bullbug is large size. Yep,
Very nice.
Big boy.
not as big as these
Pot
big
belly.
boys. Okay, guys. Yeah, you're more than welcome to, Doug. Okay, we'll see you guys next week.
All right.
All right,
Bye.
thank you all.
Take
Bye-bye.
care.
Have a nice
Bye-bye.
weekend.